Hello and welcome to the Fixed Land, and welcome back to AI Dungeon, where we are continuing our attempted overthrow of the corrupt kingdom. So let's continue. Just to bring everyone up to speed, including me, on where we are right now. We found a talking sword here in our medieval fantasy world, which gave us the choice of fighting for the king or trying to overthrow the king. Since the evidence pointed to the kingdom being corrupt, we decided that we were going to overthrow the kingdom. And so far, we have made some friends with the local blacksmith who is of the same mind as us in wanting to overthrow or finding the kingdom corrupt. And the problem is that our talking, glowing red sword it talks in our head, so it's not like it talks out loud, but it's drawing a lot of unwanted attention from the local authorities or the king's representatives. So we have hidden the sword deep within a cave, and while doing so, we've encountered some nasty creatures, and you can experience those adventures in the previous episodes. But currently, we have escaped a large spider by diving into a little crevice within this cave. So that's where we are right now. So let me just read the last couple of paragraphs here. And I apologize, I'm getting over a cold here, so I'm sipping some tea as I go. You move a safe distance away from the crevice, rubbing your back where the creature's limb had grazed you. The pain is intense, and you can feel the fabric of your shirt dissolving beneath the acidic fluid. You grit your teeth, fighting back a cry of agony. The chamber is roughly circular, with a low ceiling and walls covered in a thick, slimy fungus that seems to pulse with a sickly green light. The air is heavy with the stench of decay and something else, a subtle, cloying odor that reminds you of rotting meat. You can hear the creature scuttling around in the passageway behind you, its bulk scraping against the stone as it searches for a way to reach you. Examine the chamber closely. You examine the chamber closely, your eyes straining in the dim, pulsing light of the phosphorescent fungus. The floor is thick with a thick, viscous slime that seems to cling to your boots with each step. In the center of the chamber, you notice a strange, circular depression in the stone, its edges lined with a darker, more viscous substance. As you lean closer, you realize with a grim certainty that it is old, dried blood. Suddenly, Calibex's runes flare to life, bathing the chamber in an eldritch red glow. Okay, now this is a problem because we've left Calibex behind us. Calibex is our talking sword. Let me just finish reading this. The sword's voice fills your mind, tinged with a note of urgency. Landis, you stand in the place of great darkness and power. So we left Calibex in some sort of an altar. It's been at least a couple of weeks since I played. Let me just go back here. Yeah, at some sort of eldritch altar, we left Calibex, and oh, by the way, we have unleashed some terrible evil into the world by discarding the claw of a golem-like creature that we killed. So I don't know if AI Dungeon is not remembering that I don't have Calibex with me. because we shouldn't be able to see him here, see it here. Let's try this. Let's edit this. Let's just take this out. And I mean, I think it makes sense that we would still be able to hear the sword, but we don't have it with us. So let's, Calibex's voice fills your mind, etc. Okay, let's try that. And we'll continue, see what happens. Yeah, it still is insisting that we have it with us. The sword's runes pulsed with an eerie eldritch light. Let's see. Not sure how we fix this. Details. I haven't really played around with these yet. This is the free version, by the way. So do I need to add a plot component? I need to add something. Memory system, no. These are the settings. This, no, that's not it. Story cards. The sword is a long, heavy blade made of a kind of dull black iron that seems to dim the surrounding light. Sinister red runes glimmer up and down the blade, and a large jewel in the shape of an eye shines balefully from the pommel. The sword can speak to you in your mind. What happens if I do this? What the heck? No. Cancel. Oh no, what did I do? Skyweaver frocks? No. What did I do? No. Did I just screw the whole thing up? I think I don't know enough about this to delete. What happens if I delete? Huh, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you tell? Maybe I should add it here. Okay, maybe. I'm going to delete this because this doesn't apply anymore. Yeah, so do I need a story card or do I need a plot essential? Maybe a story card. Locate. Let's try this. Character. Calibex is a magical talking sword that speaks to me in my mind. It glows. Let's see, it has a reddish pulsing glow. It aims to help me in my quest to overthrow the corrupt kingdom. The finish button changes to next. Tap it to save your current card and make a new card of the same type. Consider the information stored in the story summary plot component when generating info on the story card. So that's on. All AI generations and subsequent retries get auto-added to notes. New entries are appended to the end of notes. That seems good, doesn't it? Huh. Let's just do this for now. All right. So let's retry. Its runes are still pulsing. Retry. All right, it continues talking. The blood you see is not from one victim, but many. This chamber has been used as a sacrifice site for centuries, feeding the dark magic that courses through these tunnels. The creature that pursues you, it was once a simple spider, twisted and corrupted by the blood-soaked earth beneath your feet. Be wary, for the very stone itself is hungry for more blood. All right, we'll go with that. Look for a means of escape. You scan the chamber for a means of escape, your heart pounding in your chest as the creature's labored breathing grows louder in the passageway behind you. Your eyes fall upon a narrow crack in the far wall, barely visible in the dim light. It's a tight squeeze, but it may be your only way out. As you move towards the crack, you notice a strange symbol etched into the wall beside it. A jagged, zigzagging line with a similar line bisecting it at an angle. The symbol seems to pulse with a faint, eldritch light, and as you draw nearer, you can feel a subtle vibration emanating from the stone. Let's see. Try to squeeze through the what do they call it? A crack. Through the narrow crack. As you squeeze through the narrow crack, the rough stone scrapes against your skin, tearing your clothes and leaving stinging welts in its wake. The passage is barely wide enough for you to wriggle through, and you can feel the weight of the earth pressing down on you from all sides. The air is stale and thick with the smell of damp stone and something else, a cloying, sickly sweet odor that makes your stomach churn. You push forward, driven by the sound of the creature's scuttling approach, and the searing pain in your back where its limb had grazed you. The crack seems to twist and turn, leading you deeper into the heart of the earth. Continue. Your body aches as you squeeze through the narrow passage. The stone walls, seeming to see it's repeating, seeming to close in around you. The acidic burn in your back intensifies, and you can feel a warm fluid seeping down your skin. The cloying sweetness grows stronger, making your head swim. Suddenly, the passage opens into a larger chamber. In the center, surrounded by a circle of pulsing, sickly light, stands a massive cocoon. Inside, you can make out the outline of a person, or what was once a person. The creature's labored breathing echoes through the tunnel behind you, drawing closer. Yeah, see, there's a problem because we slipped through an opening. In the last episode, we slipped through a crack into a little chamber that the creature couldn't get in. But then when we slipped through the other crack, it's behind us again. So that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know how much it actually remembers. So let's see. Maybe we have to intervene here. Okay. Well, let's just go with it because I don't know what else to do. I guess I could rewrite it, but actually, let's do that. Let's take this out. See, it sounds like the person is dead, but see if the person in the cocoon is still alive. The cocoon pulses with a sickly light, and as you approach, you can hear a faint rattling breath coming from within. The person, a woman, judging by the outline, is clearly alive, though barely. Her skin is stretched taut against the cocoon's surface, pale and waxy in the strange light. As you draw closer, her head turns slightly toward you, and you can see one eye, milky white and sightless, watching you with terrible, empty focus. The creature's pursuit grows closer, its chitinous limbs scraping against stone. Calibeck's voice fills your mind, heavy with warning. Landis, do not be fooled. Fooled by what? I say. Fooled by the hunger that drives it. Okay. Fooled by the hunger that drives it. Calibeck's voice rings ominously in your mind. The cocoon is not what it seems. That woman, what's left of her, is merely bait, a lure to draw prey to this chamber. The creature that pursues you, it's not alone. Its siblings are here in the shadows, waiting. As if in response to Calibeck's warning, the woman in the cocoon lets out a low moaning sound. Her one good eye suddenly focuses on you, and there's a terrible predatory intelligence behind it. Okay. Well, I was thinking we would try to free her, but obviously she's... I don't know what she is, but she's not an innocent damsel, it doesn't seem. Run away. Run towards the exit. Hopefully there is an exit. You turn and run towards the exit, your heart pounding in your chest. The woman's moan turns into a gurgling laugh as you flee, the sound echoing through the chamber. Behind you, the creature's scuttling grows louder, its bulk slamming against the walls of the passage. You burst out of the crack into a larger cavern, the space filled with stalactites and stalagmites. The air is thick with the same sickly sweet stench, and you can see movement in the shadows, skittering forms darting between the rocks. Oh, great. Why did it have to be spiders? They're everywhere, dozens of them, tumbling over each other in their eagerness to reach you. Landis, you must fight. It's us versus dozens of giant spiders? Okay. Let's see. Wield my dagger and prepare for battle. You wield your dagger, the blade gleaming dully in the sickly light. The skittering forms close in, their limbs clicking and scraping against the stone. The creature that pursued you bursts from the crack, its bulk nearly filling the passageway. Its siblings pour out behind it, a writhing mass of chitin, is it chitin or chitin? And fangs. You crouch, ready to spring into action. The lead creature lunges, its limbs whipping out to ensnare you. You roll to the side, feeling the rush of air as its claws miss your flesh by a hair's breadth. You slash out with your dagger, the blade sinking deep into the creature's flesh. Go for the kill. You go for the kill. You go for the kill, plunging your dagger into the creature's flesh. It shrieks, a high-pitched, grating sound that sets your teeth on edge. Black ichor spurts from the wound, splattering across the stone. The creature thrashes, its claws scrabbling at the ground as it tries to dislodge your blade. With a grunt of effort, you twist the dagger, feeling the metal grate against bone. The creature collapses, its body spasming as the life fades from it. Around you, the other beasts skitter closer, their eyes glinting with a malevolent hunger. You yank your dagger free, the blade coated in the creature's dark blood. Let's see. Shake the dagger at the other creatures and yell, "Who's next?" Let's see if our aggressive stance can scare them off. The creatures pause, momentarily startled by your defiant challenge. Their skittering limbs click against the stone floor as they circle you, a writhing mass of chitin and venomous fangs. The air grows thick with their musty scent and the cloying odor of decay. Suddenly, one of the beasts lunges forward, its jaws snapping mere inches from your face. You slash out with your dagger, the blade slicing through the creature's neck in a spray of black ichor. The head tumbles to the ground, rolling to a stop at your feet, its glassy eyes still fixed on you. We'll continue. The creatures recoil at the sight of their fallen comrade, a low, menacing hiss rising from their collective throats. They begin to close in again, their movements deliberate and predatory. The sickly light pulses in time with their agitated skittering, casting eerie shadows on the cavern walls. "You cannot fight them all, Landis," Calibex warns, its voice tinged with urgency. "There are too many. We must find a way out of this chamber." You scan the cavern desperately, searching for any means of escape. Your gaze falls upon a narrow fissure in the far wall, partially obscured by a curtain of wispy, glowing filaments. Hack through the filaments with the dagger. I feel like I'm in Zork here. And escape through the fissure. You hack through the glowing filaments with your dagger, the blade sizzling as it cuts through the strange, viscous substance. The creatures skitter closer, their hisses rising to a frenzied pitch as they sense your attempt to escape. You plunge through the curtain. Let me try that again. You plunge through the curtain of filaments, the sticky strands clinging to your skin and hair. The fissure is narrow, forcing you to squeeze through sideways. The stone walls press in around you, rough and jagged. You wriggle forward, your heart pounding in your chest as the creature's skittering glows louder behind you. The passage twists and turns, leading you deeper into the earth. Suddenly, the fissure opens up into a vast subterranean chamber. We want to go up, not deeper into the earth. Let's continue. Hopefully we've left the spiders behind. The chamber is vast and echoing, with a river of magma flowing through the center. Steam rises from the molten rock, filling the space with a thick, choking fog. The heat is intense, sweat immediately beading on your skin. Around the chamber you can see the remains of previous victims, bones and tattered clothing scattered across the rocky ground. Let's see. Look for a way up to the surface. Seems like if I look for something specific, I usually find it. You scan the chamber for a way up. The steam from the magma river creating a swirling, disorienting haze. The walls rise sheer and smooth, offering no obvious handholds. Your gaze falls upon a partially collapsed section where the rock face appears less vertical. A narrow ledge winds its way up, but the path is treacherous, loose stones and crumbling edges that could give way at any moment. Be careful, Landis, Calibex warns. The heat here is intense. It will sap your strength quickly. You notice that your clothes are already starting to feel damp with sweat, the air thick and suffocating. Climb the ledge. You begin climbing the ledge, your hands and feet finding precarious purchase on the eroded rock. The heat from the magma below intensifies as you ascend, causing rivulets of sweat to run down your face and back. Your clothes stick to your skin, making each movement more difficult. As you climb higher, the ledge grows increasingly narrow, forcing you to press yourself against the wall for stability. Suddenly, the rock beneath your left foot crumbles. You scramble to maintain your grip, heart pounding your chest as your foot dangles precariously over the molten abyss. The heat rises in waves, searing your exposed skin. Oh dear. I think we'll continue. You manage to regain your footing, but the near miss has left your hands trembling and your breath coming in ragged gasps. The climb seems endless, each handhold and foothold a battle against the unforgiving rock and the oppressive heat. As you struggle upward, you hear a skittering sound echoing from below. The creatures from the chamber must have found a way through the fissure and are now pursuing you. Faster, Landis, Calibex urges, its voice strained. They are gaining on us. They are gaining on you, because Calibex isn't with us. You redouble your efforts, your muscles burning with exertion as you haul yourself upward. Continue. If we don't find a way out, I may insert one. You push onward, your body straining against the relentless heat and gravity. The skittering behind you grows louder, more insistent, urging you to climb faster. Your hands are slick with sweat, fingers fumbling for purchase on the precarious ledge. With each passing moment, the creatures draw closer, their presence a palpable threat in the oppressive air. Suddenly, your right hand slips. You claw desperately at the rock, but your fingers find only crumbling dust. Your body pitches forward, suspended for a heart-stopping instant, before your other hand grips a small outcropping. Your legs dangle uselessly, feet scrabbling against the sheer wall as you struggle to regain your balance. Landis! All right, we'll continue. Come on, Landis, you can do it. You're the hero. Landis, Calibex cries out, its voice tinged with a rare note of concern. Grab my hilt. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to tell tell AI Dungeon that I don't have Calyrex with me at the moment. I'll try to figure that out before the next episode, but for now, I think we just have to edit it ourselves. Let's go like this. Landis Calyx for his voice tinged with a rare note of concern. With a grunt of effort, you haul yourself back up on the ledge, your body shaking from the exertion. Continue. Oh, I didn't read this. The skittering behind you has grown deafening. The creature's now mere feet away. You risk a glance over your shoulder and instantly regret it. The sight that greets you is nightmarish. Dozens of massive pale spiders with obsidian eyes scuttling up the ledge, their legs clicking against the stone. Their bodies are covered in writhing, tumor-like growths that pulse with a sickly light. The closest creature opens its maw, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth as it lunges for your dangling feet. Start an avalanche of loose rocks to deter the spiders. You grab the loose stones and rubble along the ledge, wrenching them free with desperate strength. As the spiders scuttle closer, their clinging legs echoing off the rocky walls, you hurl the rocks downwards with all your might. The improvised avalanche rains down upon the creatures, knocking several off the ledge and crushing others beneath the cascading debris. The spiders hiss in rage and pain, their skittering abruptly halted. You seize the momentary reprieve to redouble your efforts, hauling yourself up the ledge with renewed determination. Your muscles scream in protest, but you push through the agony, driven by the primal need to escape the subterranean nightmare. Okay, take a turn. We're going to insert, finally, an opening in the wall mere feet above you reveals a ray of daylight. It's probably night. Moonlight. But finally, you notice an opening in the wall mere feet above you, revealing a ray of moonlight penetrating the gloom of the chamber. How's that? Your heart soars at the prospect of escape, but your joy is short-lived. It doesn't want me to leave. That's funny. The spiders, enraged by their crushed brethren, surge forward with renewed vigor. One of the larger specimens, its tumor-ridden body slick with both ichor and the sweat that drips from your body, lunges directly at your face. You have mere seconds to act before those razor-sharp fangs tear into your flesh. You tumble through the rock opening and into safety. The rock opening, too small for giant spiders to pass through, and into safety, breathing in the what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word. Wholesome. Wholesome night air. You find yourself in a hidden grotto behind the waterfall, bathed in moonlight. The cave behind you rumbles ominously as the spiders, denied their prey, vent their rage by tearing apart their brethren and the remains of their previous victims. The sounds of their feast echo through the cavern as you catch your breath, hands shaking from the ordeal. You've escaped, but you know you'll have to face more horrors like this if you want to build your peasant army. As you rest, Calibex's ethereal voice speaks in your mind. You showed great cunning with the rocks, Landis, but next time, you might consider bringing a fire torch. Good advice, Calibex, good advice. And with that, I think I will draw this episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. And like I said, I'll try to figure out how to get the thing to remember that we don't have Calibex with us, that we've sequestered him away on the Eldritch altar for now. So hopefully we can figure that out before the next episode. But until then, please take care. Bye-bye.